was you 4 months ago? Watching manifestation creators, knowing that there was more to life, but still watching it pass me by. I may not look like it, but I've had a tough life with a lot of abuse and childhood trauma. I'm now living my dream life in Los Angeles, California. And 1 year ago, I went through the most dismissive, absurdly disrespectful breakup of my life. And now, in less than 4 months, 100K followers, a Skims deal, literary agents reaching out, and baby, we are just getting started. This is just the beginning. Nothing changed except for who I was being. I didn't beg the universe. I didn't wait for alignment. I turned my breakdown into a trigger-happy identity script, and I executed ruthlessly. In other words, I didn't manifest through softness and hoping. I gaslit myself into greatness, not with delusion, with strategy and precision. Core idea you need to understand if you want to get these results is that identity is your currency in the matrix. Every word you say is a transaction, and every decision you make, you're swiping that credit card. Do you hear me? You are literally purchasing timelines with your self-concept. Remember, your self-concept is the script the universe is following, and you can change and edit it at any time. This isn't symbolic. It's energetic economics. New metaphor. Your tone, your aesthetic, your emotional baseline, aka the result of the macros and micros you are feeding your mindset and your body on a daily basis. Think of them as your credit score in the simulation. The higher, the better, baby. So every thought is your interest rate. Make sure that the things that you are thinking are gonna have a positive return on investment. They're not gonna cause you to spiral, to quit, to give up. Make sure that you are not letting those gargoyles in your brain fucking sick on your self-concept. You know what I mean? You need to have discipline because, babes, the call is coming from inside the house. Every habit that you have is a monthly subscription. Your life is the bank statement of who you believe you are. So guard it like capital. Swipe that shit like you mean it. Because every outcome you're experiencing is just the damn receipt from your last identity purchase. This is what no one tells you. You are not healing in a meadow, okay? You are raiding your fucking subconscious like you are in a black ops mission. You are scripting like a sniper. Reprogramming like a fucking hacker. Because softness, baby, softness never stormed the subconscious, okay? And comfort never rewrote a timeline. I understand it's difficult to change, to go into that void where you're changing your method acting, you're doing your affirmations, your daily habits, but nothing is changing on the outside. Guess what? You're in the void. Every single person from Steve Jobs to Oprah Winfrey, basically anybody who has had any cultural impact, they have gone through this void where up is down, down is up. They don't have any fucking guarantee that what they're doing is ever gonna pay off. They learn to move in the dark, okay? It's easier to move out in society where the government installs street lamps, okay? But society is filled with fucking NPCs, okay? You are not an NPC, you are an avatar. You are the author of your life, which means you need to understand the concept of pressure. Not only does pressure forge diamonds, pressure reveals who you are and who you are not. And like the man who made Michael Jordan said, Tim Grover, pressure not only reveals who you are and who you're not, but it also reveals who you can become. So how you deal with this void determines how your life will look on the other side of it. And guess what? This is all in your control. In other words, you are not mystical. You are militant. And you don't meditate into new realities, okay? You method act your way into them. Belief is the weapon. Identity is the battlefield. And that pressure is the gate. Kick that fucking door down! Your success won't come from waiting. It comes from spending your identity like it fucking matters, because it does. You're not broke, okay? You're leaking your self-concept. If you are not willing to spend belief under pressure when it seems like nothing is fucking happening and none of this is stacking up, you'll keep buying timelines you hate. I don't want that for you. Here's the real question. Who are you becoming? And are you willing to pay the full price of his or her timeline? Remember, you're not medicating, you're weaponizing. Let me know how it goes. By the way, manifestation doesn't have to feel brutal. I want to clarify that I'm using militant language, but this strong language isn't about suffering. It's about feeling good and letting it be easy. It's about reverse engineering your ideal self-concept, which you know intimately. So weaponizing your self-talk means refusing to punish yourself when you inevitably stumble, because we are literally coded to forget our power. What you're watching happen on my page is what happens when you remember it and you apply it via method acting. It means fiercely, loyally protecting the emotional baseline of your future self and letting it feel easy. Remember, this gets to be easy, it gets to be fun, it